Constitution now! The Constitution, Nancy Pelosi! You remember what it is? For the people!
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance at nhliberty.org, fighting to keep the free state free.
We're about 30 minutes away from a pro-healthcare reform rally in front of the State House at Concord, New Hampshire. I'm really not sure if that's what I ought to call it. Maybe I ought to call it a pro-Obamacare rally, but that's probably not fair either. I'm sitting here with Mark from Pennacook, who I take it you're a healthcare change supporter, or
yes.
I don't know what to call it.
Insurance.
I don't want to call it Obamacare. I don't want to call it healthcare reform.
Yeah, well, it's health insurance reform, really, in this country.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily going to reform healthcare. That's a totally different issue.
Yeah. What makes you care so much about that you want to come out here and demonstrate?
Well, I'm actually covered in many ways because I'm a dual national. I have British and American nationality, and I've lived in Britain for the last almost 30 years. And when I came back here, I was astonished. I couldn't find any health insurance that I could afford anywhere. And even if I couldn't find anything affordable that would cover me for my existing conditions, and everything is a pre-existing condition here.
What do you think should happen to someone who refuses to pay, I guess, the tax increases that might be associated with this? Should they be refused health care, or?
No, I don't think anyone should be refused health care.
Do you think there should be no coercive elements to this at all?
I think probably there will be. I'd rather there wouldn't be, but then again, I have some sympathy with libertarian views, although I wouldn't call them that. I would rather call them anarchist views. But the problem is I've seen the people who hold to them very often lie, cheat, and steal when they have the freedom to do so. Just look at Wall Street.
All right, thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Of course, I disagree with that whole bit about Wall Street being a free market thing. It's definitely not free market. But there are other things and other people to photograph, so I can't just do the interview for as long as I might like. Now, the demonstrators are mixed over in this area. Some pro healthcare plan, government plan, and some against it. You saying?
I said the SEIU signs are the pre-printed ones. These are homemade.
I'm sorry. What were you saying? What were you saying?
If this health care bill is so great, then why is Congress and the President exempt from it? Why do they get to keep their great insurance and dump it on us?
Here, here.
And why does it take effect 2013? Are they afraid they won't get reelected?
Well, Obama needs to be reelected. That's 2012, so.
I know.
Yeah.
We're just Americans with our rights, protesting. We don't agree. We think they should read this bill, give us a chance. Why is everything done in the darkness, secrecy?
Exactly, behind closed doors.
Are they actually voting on it today?
Yeah, tonight, I guess.
Why is Carol shea-porter here if they're voting on it today, or is she not here in person?
I think it's a 7 or 8 o'clock vote. So
oh, I see. She'll fly back.
It's going to be a heck of a make sure she signs on it.
Yeah, well, you and me, we got to fly southwest, but she's probably got some other way of getting there.
She probably has a jet to get back here. Right?
They probably bought a Concord jet.
I support you.
Very good.
Good for you.
Brother.
In solidarity.
Support you all the way.
Yeah, very super.
How you doing?
I need a cell phone. My brother just...
for prescriptions or medical items. So other hospitals don't know what others are paying. If it was more out in the open, there's a reasonable way of doing this, not throw everything out.
Taking care of our health care is not it. Taking care of it. This has failed everywhere it's been tried in the world. They're all going broke. France are broke.
Well, I'm standing here apparently with the man himself, Barack Obama. Why are you here to support health care today, Mr. President?
I'm not here to support it, obviously. Oops. Hard to see with this hat on.
So you're not taking on the persona of Barack Obama today, just wearing the Joker mask. Are those popular now?
Yeah, apparently not.
This is the first one I've actually seen on a person. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Have you heard about this? I guess there's like the IRS is going to be enforcing some of this possibly, and they're going to be making you pay into it. What will you do? Civil disobedience? Are you up for it? Are you willing?
Well, how do you do civil disobedience when they take it out of your check or they take it out of a fine?
Right.
It's confiscatory. We practiced that word earlier today. Confiscatory taxes. You don't have a choice if you pay your taxes or not. It's taken out of your check. It's a parking meter. It's a fee, fine, or a tax on everything that happens behind the scenes. Your telephone tax was instituted during the war to pay for the war. Here we are 50 years later. We're still paying for it. It's one of the highest taxes we have on a percentage basis.
Yeah.
So I think this is civil disobedience. I don't know how you do civil disobedience out of confiscatorial taxes when you don't have them in your own possession to give.
Yeah.
If we did, then that's a decision you can make.
Yeah.
Up your deductions?
deductions.
You just owe them the money later.
Well, don't pay it. That's civil disobedience.
All right, there you go. She's got an answer.
That's civil disobedience.
Well, and
Gandhi said that's the fastest way to end a government, is to withhold the payment of taxes to it.
She's absolutely right. I've been reading stuff about leading up to the Revolutionary War, and that's exactly what they did against Britain. They said we're not buying any goods against Britain, and anybody who buys them is going to be, ostracized from the community. And that's what they did in local towns like Concord, Mass. And anybody who didn't sign the pledge, people didn't do business with them. So they cut off Britain, they took off the lifeblood, which was economic products and things like that. So we have to think about that.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance. They're attempting to make a clean sweep against politicians that are authoritarian and laws that are authoritarian. But they need your help. Join them at nhliberty.org. Again, that's nhliberty.org. Fighting to keep you free. Fighting at the State House every day. Oh, and I should say, don't join them. Join us, because I am a member of the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance.
nhliberty.org